Everyone in Manhattan's elite circles knows the rule. You don't cross the man in the Maybach with the 101 plates. Word is, he's a devoted husband to Claire. Yet he's always out there, chasing a new thrill. No matter how reckless he got, he lived by one code, hands off his wife. But this time, he couldn't keep the lid on it. His latest conquest got a little too bold. She brought the drama right to my front door. I stood by the window, watching him return. It was like watching a beautiful lie reach its final pathetic act.
Sorry, babe. The flight got held up. I swear, I'll be here for our next anniversary. Don't be mad at me, okay?
I couldn't process a word he said. My eyes were pinned to his collar. Those marks were fresh, still warm. The truth was staring me right in the face. He didn't suspect a thing as he headed for the shower. I grabbed his phone. His texts and call lists were scrubbed clean. But then I checked Slack, and there it was, the smoking gun. It was from Maya Vance, Ethan's executive assistant. Her message said, "Now that you're home, do you still have enough left in the tank to perform his husbandly duties?" I scrolled through Maya's profile. In the video, she's holding a man's hand. I'd know that hand was Ethan's. No wedding ring, but the tan right where it used to stay was unmistakable. I kept digging. She had posted a vanity full of high-end cosmetics, the caption dripping with smugness. My heart sank. The man she was bragging about was the same man who used to give all his devotion to me. Refusing to back down, I checked his Amazon history. Every luxury order was shipped to the same place, a penthouse in Soho, and the recipient? Always Maya. 7 years of marriage, and it was already rotted to the core. I swallowed the pain and quietly backed up every Reddit of evidence before wiping my tracks. This wasn't about forgiveness. I'm going to vanish from his world entirely. To get solid proof of his affair, I manufactured an excuse to get him out of the house. I slipped down to the garage and planted a micro recorder in the Maybach. I was ready to play the long game and wait for him to take the bait. I just didn't expect him to bite so damn fast. Later that night, a phone call jolted him awake. He panicked and hung up immediately. In that split second, betrayal was written all over him.
Claire, something blew up at the office. I've got to head in. I should be back by morning.
He played the part of the doting, responsible husband to perfection. But the moment that door clicked shut, my mask came off. He was gone, and it was time for me to make my move. I hailed a cab and gave the driver the address to Maya's place in Soho. My mind was a total wreck on the way there. Part of me was still refusing to believe it, but I had no choice except to face it. I pulled up Maya's Instagram again, looking at her gaming stats. It all hit me. Back when Ethan and I used to play, she'd accidentally let me die by refusing to heal me. Ethan always covered for her, claiming she was just a clueless newbie. I'd been played for a fool from the very start. All the time, I was the punchline in their twisted little game. When I pulled up, Ethan's car wasn't there yet. The sky broke open, and a torrential downpour forced me to take cover in a 24 bodega.
Claire, are you up? I know the thunder usually wakes you. I checked the forecast before I left and unplugged everything except the fridge. Don't be scared, baby. Go back to sleep.
He still remembered my phobia. After the fire I survived as a kid. He was the one who spent years helping me feel safe again. There was a time when he would have dropped the world just to protect me. Listening to the concern in his voice, I actually started to second-guess myself. Was I just being paranoid? Was he really just working? But a heartbeat later, reality delivered a brutal wake-up call. That familiar Maybach finally cut through the rain after all. He never even looked up. He had no clue I was standing right there, watching his every move. Watching the car begin to rock as they lost themselves in each other, that was it. The last shred of hope I was clinging to finally went up in flames. The fog finally cleared. Ethan really did betray me. Every ounce of my trust, every year I spent waiting for him, it was all a joke. This time, there's no softening, and there is absolutely no looking back. After a night of betrayal, Ethan strolled back in like nothing had happened. He was clutching a belated anniversary gift, perfectly playing the part of a man exhausted from pulling an all-nighter at the office. Before I could question anything, he brushed me off with an excuse about an business trip. He threw a few things into a bag and practically fled the house. These roses used to make my heart flutter. Now, they were just an insult. They weren't a gesture of love. They were cheap props used to mask his filth. I tossed them without a second thought, just like the 7 years of my life I'd wasted on him. The moment he was truly gone, I headed straight to retrieve the recorder. This held the real Ethan. The evidence that would finally bury him. Back in the silence of that empty house, I finally forced myself to face the ugly truth. The moment I hit play, every sickening word of Carr filled the room.
I thought you were supposed to be spending the night with your wife.
I missed you too much.
I missed you. On our anniversary, he left me alone in a cold bed just to whisper sweet nothings to another woman. The rest of the recording was a blur of explicit flirting and betrayal. Every word felt like it was carving me up inside.
Ethan, do you love me?
Of course I do. Why else would I drive across town in the middle of the night?
I love you too.
I played those words over and over. Each syllable felt like a needle stabbing into raw skin. Even after the battery died, I kept clicking the button mechanically, a hollow shell of the woman I used to be. 7 years of marriage, and it was all just a carefully constructed lie. I couldn't spend another second in this house of mirrors. My mind was made up. I was divorcing Ethan. But I knew him. He was obsessed with his devoted husband persona and wouldn't let me go without a fight. So, armed with the evidence of his infidelity, I headed home. I assumed my mother would be my biggest ally. She was the one who fought tooth and nail to keep me from marrying Ethan in the first place. I never expected her reaction to be the one that delivered the final, fatal blow. I'd barely sat down. Before I could even get the words out about why I was leaving him, my mother cut me off.
No! You are not getting a divorce!
I was completely baffled. In my memory, she had done everything to stop the wedding. Now she was doing everything to stop the split. I demanded to know why, and the answer she gave me was so absurd. It made my blood run cold.
Claire, your sister is getting married next month. Ethan already agreed to pay for the whole wedding, so don't stir up trouble.
So that was it. To her, my marriage and my happiness meant nothing. I was nothing more than a tool she could use to hold on to her benefits.
Mom, he's having an affair with his assistant. I can't stay with him anymore.
I thought once I told her the truth, she would at least feel angry for me. But her response left me even more hopeless than Ethan's betrayal did.
Men are all like that. Ethan works on Wall Street. Do you have any idea how much pressure he's under? You need to be more understanding and stop making such a big deal out of Stewed of Upensulas. You parent it out of this.
My mother's words hit me like a bucket of freezing water, snuffing out the last silver of hope I had left. Not only did she not feel sorry for me, she actually told me to swallow it, have a baby as soon as possible, and use it to hold this broken marriage together. All my mother cared about was the man Ethan had become. She had long forgotten the hard years I went through with him, and in the end, just to force me to bend my head, she threw me out of the house without a second thought. In that moment, like the whole world had abandoned me. I was left standing alone on the cold street, with no one to turn to and no room left to breathe. Just when I had sunk to my lowest point, Ethan called, and for some reason, I answered.
Claire, why aren't you home?
I was exhausted in every way, and I coldly told him I was at my mother's house. He immediately heard how worn out and upset I was, and slipped right back into that caring, attentive act of his.
Come home, baby. They'll pick you up at the airport.
He said he would take me to that rooftop restaurant I'd always craving to go, and that he'd stay by my side until I got through this. He had said those same words to me back when we were struggling the most. Hearing them now felt like nothing but bitter irony. Maybe some part of me was still holding on to what we once had, or maybe I was just out of options and wanted to place one last bet. Either way, I agreed.
I should have gone with you. I'm sorry you had to go through this alone.
His embrace was warm, and the concern his face sincere, but my heart was a mess. Part of me even started to waver, clinging to him like he was my last lifeline. But that hope didn't last long. He destroyed it with his own hands. On the way to the restaurant, Ethan got a call from Maya. He immediately apologized and said there was an urgent work issue he had to handle. I didn't expose him. I simply got out of the car without complaint. I flagged down a cab and followed him. The recording had mentioned it before. Today was Maya's birthday, so this was Maya's birthday surprise. But the one really enjoying it was him. I thought I was done hoping for anything from him. But seeing it with my own eyes still felt like a knife piercing through my heart, leaving me unable to breathe. There was a time when he cherished me so carefully. On our wedding night, he held me and said, "Claire, you're finally mine." But now it was that same man who had teared every promise apart with his own hands and grounded whatever we once had to the dirt. The moment my heart truly died, every compromise and every last bit of hope vanished with it. In this marriage, he owes me far more than pain, and I'm going to make him pay it back with interest. He owes me far more than pain, and I'm going to make him pay it back with interest. That same night, I caught Maya's latest update. In her birthday photo, Ethan's silhouette was clearly reflected behind her, and the hotel location tag put their debauchery on full display. The first step of my revenge was to systematically dismantle Ethan's perfect husband, Vishal.
Hello, I'd like to report a case of illegal sex work. One of them involved is my husband.
He never saw this coming. He never imagined his little tryst with Maya would be blown wide open like this. The sheer panic on his face was impossible to hide. Stepping into that room, the sheer mess of it all felt like a physical blow. Every bit of that wreckage told the story of exactly what they'd been doing.
You've got the wrong room! He's my boyfriend! We're not doing anything illegal!
Claire, she's not a prostitute. I swear, I didn't...
His defense was pathetic. Between his frantic stuttering and his shifty eyes, he was practically handing me a confession. It wasn't long before the police hauled them both down to the precinct for questioning. During the hours it took to process our statements, I didn't feel anxious. I didn't even feel sad. I just felt a cold sense of finality. I knew this wasn't the end. It was just the opening act of my revenge.